Myth number 1 is a tale of two extremes.
All right, dude, time to fire up that dial-up modem. We're going back to the internets for this story.
Oh, well, if it's from the internets, it must be true.
You don't have to be sarcastic. This one's about thermite, and I think you'll like it.
What is it?
All right, these two guys, they take a bucket of thermite, they put it on a bunch of blocks of ice, and they light it with a fuse, and it doesn't just burn like we've seen thermite burn. The whole friggin' thing explodes. Watch this clip, man. I think it's actually pretty credible.
Thermite itself shouldn't explode, though it burns at ferociously high temperatures. And you'd figure that ice would just melt, right? But this clip seems to show that when ice meets fire, the least of your worries is getting your socks wet.
Well, they sure made our job easier. They showed us everything we need to set this up.
Absolutely. 11 pounds of thermite, 10 one-pound blocks of ice.
And a fuse and a pack of matches to set the whole thing off.
I love it. Let's head out to the bomb range and try it out.
Okay.
Now, these two know they're thermite. Who could forget the racing stripe they burned through the roof of a car for the better to end with a bang myth? But now, before trying to replicate the ice explosion, Jamie wants to warm up with a trial by fire.
Now I'd like to fine-tune what you might call the thermite delivery system, but we can also have some fun here. So what we're building first is a kind of pagoda from bricks and steel plates. The idea is to see how many plates the thermite burns through once it's ignited.
Thermite's a mix of fine metallic powders, but the ideal ratio is debatable. Of course, we want the best burn for our buck. So this penetration test should be a great way to try out Jamie's special blend. While he taps, tips, and stirs, Adam stacks.
You know in Alien when the face hugger is on Kane's face and they cut through the knuckle and it starts to bleed molecular acid and it goes through all the decks of the ship one by one? That's pretty much what we're looking for here.
Jamie first fills a flower pot with thermite. He knows they can't afford a single crack in the system.
In order to keep its integrity intact during this test, we're going to put the ceramic flower pot in this metal bucket with a hole in its bottom right here. And we're going to fill the surrounding part with sand. Keep it all contiguous.
From here, it's all quite simple. Jamie sets 2 matchbooks in the bucket, hooked up to a fuse.
Okay, this is thermite penetration test. In 3, 2, 1.
If all goes well, we'll see a cascade of fire burning through a bunch of steel plates. And the thermal imaging camera should enhance the experience.
I've always wanted to see this thing in action just like this.
As far as I know, it's never been done before. I mean, you see what happens after the fact, but we're going to see the whole thing all at once.
So this little pre-myth appetizer could go anywhere.
There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Nice!
Oh. 4 plates.
Right, the top 1 and 3 down. That was pretty cool.
It was.
Cool isn't the word. At 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, the burn is too bright to view at close quarters. It's a major meltdown.
We could hang these up in a gallery and we'll make it like $1 million.
So Jamie's special thermite blend is hot to try. Now, to see if 11 pounds of it is enough to actually explode 10 blocks of solid water.
Well, look, let's clean this up, get some ice blocks out here, and replicate that video.
That's what we're here for.
Not for the first time, the MythBusters are playing with fire.
There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Nice!
They're set to test a dubious and dangerous internet video that seems to show exploding ice.
The clip shows what is purportedly 11 pounds of thermite in a metal bucket sitting on top of 10 blocks of ice. They light the thermite, it does what we expect thermite to do, but then all of a sudden, poof, out it goes in a big explosion, flinging bits of metal everywhere. Now we're going to do exactly what they did and see if we get the same result.
It's hard to believe that mixing fire and ice could ever end in a boom. Retired FBI man Frank Doyle thinks that concealed gunpowder might be the cause of the conflagration.
Well, I'm a little skeptical, and I think they've done something a little iffy.
All right, well, there's only one way to find out.
Hey, let's do it!
So the 10 one-pound ice blocks get unloaded and stacked on a bed of bricks.
10 blocks of ice. We'll go get the thermite.
This time, there's no ceramic pot. As in the clip, the thermite goes straight in the pail. Frank sets the fuse. Adam sets the scene.
Let's get behind the barrier and replicate a couple of internet pyromaniacs.
And Jamie lights the wick.
This is thermite and ice in 3, 2, 1. We're good.
Needless to say, never try this yourself. We've got all the safety gear, the expertise, and the blast screen.
It's killing me. Don't tell me. What the heck?
This is close to a worst-case scenario, when the explosion you're expecting to happen doesn't.
I think it's a dud.
So Jamie slips into something less comfortable, but way more fireproof. He and Frank fashion a new fuse. Then Jamie takes a furtive walk, knowing the old fuse could catch at any time.
So Jamie's put on the full fire suit to protect himself to replace another fuse and matches because, well, we don't know. He could touch that bucket and it could all go off. So it's a little bit touch and go right now.
Jamie wastes no time setting the new spark.
He's lit it.
Let's hope it stays lit. This experiment should confirm or bust the myth of exploding ice.
That looks like the match is going off. There it goes.
I'd say that was an explosion.
I'm pretty sure that qualifies.
And Adams found the source of that thunk that shook the blast screen.
In the popular parlance, we call this piece of ice a hunter-killer because it went all the way from ground zero to our blast chamber. Luckily, it is ice-proof.
Some chunks of ice flew as far as 150 feet. The brick pallet is a smoldering ruin. And there's no trace at all of the galvanized steel bucket.
Look at that. That tells the whole story right there.
I am a believer.
It shot the bricks right down through the bottom of the floor there, and it broke a bunch of them. So that was a bona fide explosion.
That was a huge explosion. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I would never have believed that thermite and ice could produce such an explosion.
But what actually made the ice go boom? The truth is, no one really knows.
Experts I've talked to are speculating that heat from the burning thermite is decomposing the water into hydrogen and oxygen, which in the presence of a source of ignition, namely hot thermite, is exploding. Now, I sort of have a problem with that because that requires that a whole bunch of hydrogen and oxygen be instantaneously created, and I don't know that that's possible. There is another explanation, I'm just speculating, and that is that something in this reaction is aerosolizing all the thermite. It's, the steam or something is throwing all this powder up into a cloud of thermite, and that's exploding. We don't know. It's a mystery, but one way or another, that was a heck of a bang.
Here's their video, and here's ours. So it's myth confirmed. No black powder, no hidden fireworks, just fire and ice. Now to investigate one more way you can hurt yourself with a handgun.
What you got there?
This is a pretty grisly depiction of the dangers of mishandling a firearm.
You mean like when you shoot yourself?
No, merely by having a poor grip. Check this out.
That's nasty.
The severed thumb is so nasty, we can't show it on TV. It's a graphic myth, so here's the tale in graphic form. This beast of a sidearm is a hunting pistol designed to bring down big game. And some of the gas that propels the bullet also escapes between the back of the barrel and the front of the cylinder. And therein lies the myth. If you have a digit in the wrong place at the right time, the force of the blast could blow your thumb clean off.
I have a hard time believing that this could happen just from misfingering a gun.
Well, that is what we have to figure out.
Okay.
Out on the range, gunsmith Frank Tabor has brought along the cannon in question.
So Frank, according to the myth, the guy lost his thumb because he held it like this. Do you see any immediate problems with that?
Oh yeah, you have that gap between the cylinder and barrel, and you got a 2,300 foot per second cartridge. There's a lot of gases, and it comes out that just like a cutting torch.
So you think there could be some real damage?
Oh yes.
Oh, that's a big gun. I can't even reach up into that area with my hands unless I was doing this with it. Well, people do strange things.
And strange people do very strange things.
They look delicious, don't they? Yeah, and I'll bet to you, they look harmless. But the fact is that ferromelons are a growing problem in the US and around the world. That's why we invented the Melon Hunter 2000. Just what can it do to take care of your ferromelon problem? Watch and see.
Adam sets Jamie a tasty target to test out the weapon on high-speed video.
Brown.
Frank slips one in the chamber, and Dirty Jamie lines up a clean shot.
Wow, that was something.
Well, that takes care of your watermelon problem.
It's another notch on Jamie's belt of dead fruit and vegetables. But he did get a feel for the firearm.
That gun has a heck of a kick. Now, I have to be honest, I was a little afraid of it at first, thinking that it was gonna like hit me in the head afterwards. So I can kind of see how somebody might wanna grab it in an unusual way to make sure they had a hold of it.
Now it's Adam's turn to take a shot, feel the force, and maybe make a prediction.
It's not that I'm lactose intolerant, but if milk gets in my way, I'm gonna take care of the problem. Talking.
That's one expiration date that was way off the mark.
The high-speed camera remains one of my favorite tools on the show. If you look really closely at the close-up of the gun firing, you can clearly see gases shooting out of the space between the cylinder and the barrel. This is where we'll be looking for damaging amounts of energy.
If the story behind the gruesome photo is true, the man's left thumb went south due to a clumsy grip across the cylinder. But after handling the hardware, Adam's best bet is a thumbs down.
While it's an impressive amount of gas you can see coming out of the gun in the high speed, I still don't feel like it's gonna sever a finger.
Well, they've got the gun, the bullets, and the venue. All they need now is a disposable digit. Adam and Jamie have decided to see for themselves if holding a huge handgun the wrong way could really blow your thumb off.
This myth is all about escaping gases, some of which propel the bullet out of the barrel, but some that escape right here from this tiny little space between the cylinder and the barrel. It's those that could cut your finger off, man!
Or so the story goes. Despite the high-speed gas shots and a shocking photo of a severed thumb, Adam thinks this myth is, well, a myth. But Jamie begs to differ.
When I first heard about this story, I wasn't so sure that a revolver would be capable of blowing your thumb off through the side like that. But having reviewed the high-speed footage, I kind of think it will.
The gun is firmly secured in a clamp that's screwed down tight to the bench top. Now all they need is a stunt thumb.
Whenever we have a myth about destroying the human body or part of it, we have to come up with a human body analog. And over the years, we've done many different kinds. We've done ballistics gel, we've done dental alginate, we've even used whole pigs. But today, we're breaking out a brand new technology. If you think these look gruesome, you don't know the half of it. But the best way to tell you how these are made is to show you how they were made. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Faced with the task of replicating that miracle of evolution, the human hand, the MythBusters' first thoughts naturally turned to dead chickens.
No, by the way, I touched this chicken before I touched anything else. You want to take the meat home?
Adam stripped a whole cooked bird, not for the meat, but for the bones. He traces a template over his left hand and even marks the 3 joints in each finger.
I managed to get almost all the bones I need out of a single rotisserie chicken. These are actually pretty good in terms of size of human finger bones.
Yeah, that looks great.
but a real hand needs real flesh.
Now I'm thinking that'd make a nice big, meaty palm.
Jamie's building his own version of a stunt hand, also made entirely from poultry pieces. And while Adam sutures a carefully crafted left thumb, Dr. Heidenstein shows he's lost all sense of proportion.
It's actually the left hand, that's the thumb and the four fingers, and I picked them so that they're the correct lengths and everything.
So we have a show of hands.
Hello.
High five. I think these will do nicely.
Yeah.
If monsters watch the show and hold on to guns, they'll be interested in what your hand demonstrates. That is terrifying.
As the dominant hand, Jamie's massive mitt of chicken meat gets to take the first shot. It's wired securely onto the gun butt with care taken to place the thumb in precisely the right, or rather the wrong, position.
I love it.
All right, let's do it.
Frank loads the gun and cocks it. With the trigger tied to a string, all Jamie has to do is pull it.
Gun is hot. You're good to go.
Handgun horror in 3, 2, 1.
No decapitation.
Definitely damage, but yeah, it's still there.
I think that your drumstick bone is way too robust for a human hand. What I see on the chicken hand and what I see on the high speed is that the gases are coming out and they're definitely having an effect. I have no doubt you'd be burned by this, but I don't see any decapitation. However, the bone in Jamie's thumb is thicker than any human's thumb bone, except for maybe some supervillain.
My hand definitely had a thick tip out near the end where all the gases coming out of the gun were. So it made it hold together a little bit more, but you can see that the skin was ripped, the stitches were ripped.
And this myth is still completely unresolved. Time for Adam to lend a hand.
My hand's more anatomically correct because it's got discrete finger bones, which are much more proportional to the size of human finger bones, and they're not quite as big. I think Jamie was just moving right on towards his robot cyborg army and not really worrying about the experiment.
Lucky Jamie's skin is thicker than the chicken's. He's even prepared to offer some sage advice.
The major amount of gas is right out through the middle there.
Okay.
So if you want to be sure it cuts it off, that's where to put it.
Sure. All right. I'm gonna do it on one of my best thumb-sized fingers. You think this is gonna go through?
I think it's going to cut it like a knife.
Really? I don't.
So Adam takes the reins for the parting shot.
All right, you ready? Here we go. Adam's anatomically accurate avian appendage in 3, 2, 1.
To the naked eye, this looks like real damage. Now for the expert analysis. Okay.
Wow!
What Adam means to say is they've shredded one chicken finger and shattered another.
This one is torn to shreds.
And what about that one?
That is cut almost clean through. Wow! Well, I want to check it out on the high speed, but this looks nasty.
Yep, I think he lost his finger.
There's no doubt about it. Adam's carefully constructed chicken hand had the right size bones to simulate human fingers. They even had 3 joints, right where they're meant to be.
That is totally clear. Those gases have cut through that finger absolutely. Like you said, like a knife.
Yeah, there's chicken flying everywhere.
I am gobsmacked. That is one of the more gruesome things we've ever filmed on high speed.
Well, it doesn't get any more definitive than that.
Nope, it's confirmed.
Totally confirmed.
Well, let that be a lesson to you. If you've got to have a handgun, make sure you know how to use it.
I can't believe you can eat buffalo wings so quickly after that.
What do you mean? I'm going to cook up Frankenhand for dinner.
Adam and Jamie have already confirmed the internet myth of ice blocks exploding in flaming thermite.
I'd say that was an explosion.
I'm pretty sure that qualifies.
But why leave it there? Regular viewers know we're always ready to supersize a myth.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Even when things do go to plan, it's often worth upping the ante.
Last one.
Each of the 4 slabs weighs 300 pounds, and they're as slippery as hell.
Oh. Think you can move these without dropping them?
Gonna have to.
Jimmy's moving very slowly because the ground here is very uneven and a big jostle could cause these ice blocks to all shatter. We don't want that. Yet he's also got to move fast because they're melting.
So there's no time to spare. Adam serves it up.
Oh, yeah. Ah, I'm gonna be an ice mover when I grow up.
And Jamie does the carving. They're using 10 times the ice and 10 times the thermite.
This thing right here is a little bit more macho going on here. I'm not going to use a torch to ignite it. I'm going to use these things, which are fuse igniters, and they work kind of like so. And then I'm going to leave quickly.
All right, Jamie, we are all in place in the bunker. You may fire when ready, sir.
Supersized thermite in 3, 2, 1.
Now here's the thing about thermite. Being volatile means it's also unpredictable. And this tub full of red powder is taking its own sweet time.
Thermite's kind of
I hate thermite. I'm putting thermite in the category with electricity for a big pain in the
it's interesting, but it's problematic. I don't see any smoke or anything.
No, it looks like a total misfire.
But when it works, there's nothing like it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wow!
I'm glad we didn't approach that.
Wow! There is nothing left.
No, that was a thunk.
Wow!
It's like somebody blew up an igloo.
Look at this debris field. Like 50-pound blocks of ice, 50, 60 feet from ground zero here.
According to Jamie, it's one of your slower explosions. Most of the solid stuff, the ice, the bricks, the tub, and the plywood, gets blown out instead of blowing to pieces.
Explosives that move really quickly tend to rip and tear things. Explosives that move slowly move things. And that's what this did. It moved slowly but very powerfully. And it just spread all this ice all over the field here.
I think we're working on a pretty good formula here. You see something crazy on the internet and want to know if it's true. So you send it to us, and we try it out and find out, yes, it's true. This is what we do on MythBusters. We blow it up so you don't have to.